Hi there, I'm Rust Dev and I want to give simple, very easy example about Rust and Substrate to that people who want to dive into blockchain development itself. We know that there are a lot of platforms and approach to build blockchain, but the most beautiful and the most powerful is Substrate framework with Rust language itself. Rust language is powerful, very robust and solid. It's hard to make mistake if your program compiled successfully. It means that there's no data race, there's no memory leak, because there's no garbage collector. So this overview is very easy and very simple to that one who want to transit from Web 2 into Web 3. I have a lot of friends that explore opportunity to dive into Web 3. But what we have right now? We have a lot of content about Solidity, and we have content about Substrate. And if we dive into how many videos we have about Substrate and how old they are, we will notice that almost all of these videos are from Parity team, from Parity Technologies. And it's great, it's very solid and very good content. But if we dive into how many video tutorials and explanation there are from other people about Solidity, we notice that there are too much. So the choice for new people who just explore what ecosystem to join, Solidity has much more video content just to easy onboard newcomers. And my message to the people who already inside of Polkadot and inside of Substrate, my message is to you: please drop some videos, drop some explanations, drop some workshop from you to help new people to onboard. We can notice that there are a lot of videos about Substrate focused with the overview what's going on about some project or some another project, but we need more technical content because Polkadot itself is for developers. It's not for users. Polkadot itself is for projects, for engineers. And there's a great solution from Polkadot and Parity Technologies. There's blockchain Polkadot Academy. It's offline, twice per week. 100 new developers will be released to Polkadot ecosystem and probably will join them. Probably will join some project or start some new project, but this academy is offline. So what about other people who want to give some great explanation, so they just cut off from great up-to-date knowledge from the people who somehow related to Substrate blockchain development itself? And the main message from Gavin is that we need more developers. The Polkadot itself is for developers.
I feel that my value add for the world is in creating technical solutions for things and delivering them. If I don't build stuff for a while, then I'm in some sense addicted to it. This basically allows every coder to also be a businessman. They just place an algorithmic service online, and it's a self-sovereign, autonomous, economically strong business. You heard the phrase like, the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, you know, the keyboard's going to become even mightier than the pen pretty soon. The world, in some sense, belongs to coders.
Did you hear? Did you hear?
The world, in some sense, belongs to coders.
We need more coders. So let's help people from Web 2, the new people, join the best ecosystem with the Substrate and Rust language itself and go to our ecosystem. So let's do it together. My small, very easy example and explanation about Substrate, that we just need to start. We need some tutorial that help the new people hold some hand and go through the old question that they will have. Let's clone this repo, Substrate developer hub, and clone it. So I will run my cloned version, and we have the readme file with the instruction that this is just a fresh, not ready for hacking, and how to start this example, where to start and how to install Substrate. But let's start with a simple one. Let's overview what is inside of this template and how we can run. So give the very simple example. There is three folder: node, palettes, and runtime. Node itself is a CLI application with some very clever code, but there is a run command just to run blockchain, run CLI application. When this application run will be up, it will take runtime itself. So runtime folder, this is the logic, business logic of our blockchain. We will not dive into runtime for now, because we need more simple example where to start. And we have palette template. Palette template, this is some small piece of logic that injected into blockchain. And for people who know something about web development, that people who know Actix or ASP.NET Core or Java Spring or Node.js, wherever, for people who know something about web development, there's a very easy explanation what's going on there. There is two methods in controller. So let's imagine that this is just controller that's supposed to do something, and there's two actions. One action is do something, and another action is cause error. Let's dive into what's going on there. Before to dive, I want to just run this application. Cargo run. It's supposed to run very quickly, and we can explore what exactly we have in the blockchain. And I want to give you an example of other blockchain with some big logic, okay? So, for example, there is Polkadot blockchain. Polkadot blockchain and some logic inside of it. How we can run it? We need the wallet. And to run this logic, I would like to install some wallet. And so there is extrinsic or API methods, call it wherever more easy for you, that we want to just pick what method, what action would like you call and what controller. So to give the quick example, we have a web server, for example, web3.online, and there is a simple swagger, how to create new domain, how to post some updates, blah blah blah. And there's a action, get domains, my update, inside of some controller. So we have the very similar, absolutely the same basically approach with the controllers and actions. So once I run my blockchain, we can easily call some method. For this I need Polkadot wallet and submit some transaction to make some changes in blockchain. And what changes we will have for us? Let's switch into development mode. By default, so we can see that the node is running already. So switch, and we have all of these predefined accounts with some balances, but we more interested to do something with our blockchain, and there's our template module, template controller, and we want to do something. So what we're gonna do? We want to store some value inside of the storage of blockchain. So these parameters will go and from something that we will specify there, and just call submit transaction. let's check what we have. We have new event. So something happened in our blockchain. And we can see that Alice update some value. What's happened? Who did it? And we have the next line in our method. It means that we want to emit some event, that something happened. And this event, this is just a section with event, some enum, with something stored, the value, and who stored it. And then method returns awk. Okay. But how we know that this is Alice? How it's happened? And we can notice here that Alice just was chosen here. Not Dave, not Ave, not Fred, not Bob, but Alice. So once we submit transaction, then code here was executed, and these parameters means that this is the caller. This is the guy or someone who signed the message, and we know. And to get the account ID from this type, we just need to call ensure signed. So this is basically just get the signer public key from signature. And that's all. We have the who signed it. In Web 2, this is kind of GVT token. And we know from this GVT token, from this signature, who signed the message. And we know what value we gonna store. And that's all. This is just all the blockchain logic that we have right now, but it's pretty simple to understand. It's literally almost so easy that Solidity development. We just use the Rust language, so powerful language, instead of learning some Solidity and develop some contract for some other blockchains. And with this logic, we able to rewrite everything from Web 2 into Web 3 architecture. So we have a chain state. This is just the UI from Polkadot.js.org, and we can pick chain state and just check what storage has what value. So for example, our template module has some storage, something, and we can press the plus button and get 100. If I change it, you get the idea. The value will be different. So now I want 999. Submit transaction, bam, something happened. We will see new event here, bam, the new event, and then go to the chain state and check. Does something happen? Does the value was updated? We want something, the storage that has the name something, plus 999. What is this storage in the code base? This storage, this is just a type with the attribute. So Substrate framework itself provides very useful interface, very useful tools, just to specify few attributes on top of it, and we will have the logic behind the scene that will store the value for each node in our blockchain. For now, we have only one node that we run locally because this is development mode. But when the blockchain will be run, when the blockchain will be up, then the few nodes will be communicated with each other. And this is the only two difference that we recognize right now. The one difference that from Web 2, okay? The one difference is that there is no GVT token in the header. There is parameter origin, that means who signed the message. And the other difference that we have right now, this is the storage. We not calling some MongoDB or SQL. This is the decentralized system. This is decentralized network. So the value itself will be updated each time when this logic will be executed, and the storage will be updated. So we don't need any database, Redis, Airspike, MongoDB, CosmosDB, wherever they are. From developer perspective, they are much greater experience. You don't need to know everything, all the database that they're in Web 2 world. You just need to know how storage was declared, what does it mean. So we will dive into this logic a little bit later, but for now it's pretty easy, and we are using very powerful tools, Rust language, for this one. And just to give the little bit more breadth to think what is inside of runtime, there's just a lot of macros from Rust. Probably you already aware about macros, but there is the most interesting macros like construct runtime. In here, with this line of code, we just add the new module inside of our blockchain business logic, okay? So this new module, very similar that guys and developers from Web 2 aware about. A lot of people uses in Web 2 dependency injections in .NET or some other DI containers. So here we just configure that our runtime, our blockchain logic, should include the new module, and this module itself is inside of palette. And yeah, let's dive into Substrate development together. Please, everyone who somehow related to Substrate, produce more and more technical content, more and more some use cases, some interesting solution that you find to solve some issue with Substrate and Rust itself. We don't need Solidity. We don't need some other tools to build cool stuff. We just need Substrate. We need Rust, and we need more technical, easy, simple content to onboard the newcomers. So there is very useful resource related to Substrate where everyone can ask question with the Substrate development. And yeah, thank you for your time. All the best, and join blockchain with Substrate and Rust. Thank you for your time, and good luck.